right? So, as I said, for the 2026 business plan, we're trying to simplify it. Just 7 points on a sheet of paper or a flashcard, right? Step 1, how many deals do I want to close? Step 2, what are my lead sources? Step 3, list my KPIs, my key performance indicators, or my revenue generating activities, the RGAs. Step 4, list my daily tasks or calendar. Step 5, schedule monthly/quarterly follow-ups. We call these evaluation days. Put it on your calendar. Today, I'm going to evaluate my business, right? How did I do? That's why you're tracking these things. And you take a time out of the month to evaluate how did I do. And then step 6, make necessary adjustments. Step 7, stay consistent, rinse and repeat, or give yourself some grace, right? Give yourself some grace, treat yourself. Well, I hope you have a successful 2026. But here's the thing, right? This can apply for other years as well. Some things I wanted to point out here is you may need, these are just the bullet points that you need to look at and see, okay, am I doing this? Am I doing this? That's why it beats walking around with a thick book of a business plan. Because with all your contracts that you're going to write, all your showings, all your meetings, how often are you going to be going through those pages of your business plan? There's nothing wrong with those pages, but you need a bullet point just to see. Then you now need the book. And one page of your book is going to be weekly KPIs. Another page is going to be daily activities. And it's like a column. Check, 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 check. Am I doing this every day? Yes. Did I do this every week? Yes. Then another page is going to be feedback from monthly or quarterly evaluation. Monthly evaluation. How did I do? How am I doing? Then that's where the book of the business plan comes in. And the details in the activities. That's where it all comes in. But people just write those books of business plans and they don't open those pages every day. You may sit with it right before the year, but as challenges come up, as life happens, that business plan goes in the trash. Then 6 months goes down, 6 months goes by and you're nowhere where you need to be. That book and those agents that have these detailed game plans, that's fine. But have a bullet point, a flashcard that you can hold in your hand, put in your wallet, a copy of it in your wallet. So when you open your wallet, you see it, or have it by your door, so when you're leaving, have it on top of your desk. You can even write those 7 bullet points in a sticky note and have it on your laptop. Multiple areas so you can always come back. And what that does is it then a light bulb flashes. I need to go open my business plan, the book of your detailed plan, and then review it. That's why you need these 7 points written down on a flashcard, sticky note, have it by the refrigerator, or even a calendar reminder on your phone. 7 business plan, and you do it, repeat every week or every day, whatever it may be. Don't do it every day because it kind of gets old. Maybe every week or every month, bi-weekly, your calendar pops up with your 7 key points for your business plan. When that pops up in June, you will be checking your business plan. When that pops up in February, you'll be checking your business plan. The problem is some agents go into the year without a business plan. Some actually write the business plan, and then when the year starts rolling, it falls by the wayside. Some write a detailed business plan, and they're able to check on it and follow up, right? But here we are just trying to get you to be like the top performers that actually check their business plan and be malleable. You like clay. You can be, as Bruce Lee said, be water, flow. Flow with the market. Evaluate what's going on. See what changes need to be made. Where do I need to double down? What's working? In sports, you meet a team, they say they're good at the run. Football, right? They're good at passing. Their pass game is strong. They're good at defense, And then the greatest coach, as they say, Bill Belichick, what was he good at? Taking away the opponent's strength. So you are your own opponent. Yes, there's competition out there, but you are your own opponent. So that's why you want to write down in step 5, what are my obstacles? Being that you're fighting against your weaker self that wants to procrastinate, that's not good at this, you want to take away that strength of you, the bad side of you. I hope you understand. This is very key. You are going up against yourself. There's this mental part of you that wants to do the right thing. Then there's this other side of you that wants to hang out, wants to procrastinate. You're taking away their strength. That's what Bill Belichick was good at. If he's playing the Vikings and they're good at passing, he's going to take away their pass game. Making sure their best player doesn't beat them. So, okay, I know watching TV or scrolling down social media is one of my big weaknesses. I'm not going to let that defeat me. I'll delete social media from my cell phone. Or I saw this one guy, he said he used to take his phone and throw it on the roof of his house. Just so when he's doing his work, he's locked in. Some people, you don't have to go to those extremes, but you need to know what's the biggest thing that distracts you. Is it a woman? Is it a man? Is it whatever it may be? Make sure you find a way to defeat that thing right there. Sometimes you go to the office and then people just want to carry on with conversations. There's nothing wrong with being a little cordial and say, I got to get back to work. You're not being rude. Nice talking to you. I got to get back to work. If you have your own office, a good way to do that, when somebody starts talking, you get up and you start walking towards them or towards the door. You're trying to usher them out. Sometimes if you need to be rude, not rude, but direct, assertive, hey, let me get back to work. I'll get back to you on that. There's nothing wrong with you holding your own standards. This is your business. You need to hold yourself accountable there. Well, I wish you all a good 26, and leave a comment down below as to how many deals you like to close this year, or if you found this helpful, right? Thank you.
Your ultimate hub for real estate insights, breaking news, entrepreneurial wisdom, investing strategies, and self-development hacks. If you're ready to expand your mind and stay ahead of the game floor, you're in the right place. Subscribe now. Your future self will thank you.